Hi friends, welcome to our channel Naughty Threads. Today what we're going to do is, today's session is a little different. It's our first RE work session. I'm going to show you how to do the basic chain stitch using both zari as well as silk thread. So let's see what all we need. We would be needing this steel hook, which is of Tulip brand, and it's the number is 14, which comes in 0.5 mm. So this is what we use to do all the stitches in RE work. We would either need a trimmer or a scissor. And this is the golden zari. This is more like an antique finish. And we would need silk thread and a wooden ring. Now the ring that I have taken here is a 14-inch ring. You may use any size ring, preferably a bigger one. So we'll now see how to fix this fabric to the ring. So we'll first loosen the screw just a bit, and then we'll separate these rings like so. So the one that doesn't have a screw will be on the upper side, since this is the right side of the fabric, and this ring, the one with the hook, will go underneath. So we are going to slowly lock this. Make sure there are no wrinkles anywhere around here. We're going to slowly press this like this. And then we will tighten the screw. So we're going to tighten the screw here. Now since the wooden ring has very sharp edges, make sure your fabric is not damaged. So whenever you're trying to tighten the fabric, like while you're pulling like this, make sure you do it very carefully, otherwise it might just damage the fabric. So once the frame is attached, make sure this fabric is like really tight. Give it like a slight pull all around it. So now our frame is ready. So the first thing we'll have to do is take the zari and we're going to knot it. So we're going to knot it this way. And, make sure the knot is pretty thick so that it will not come out of the fabric. So I'm going to knot it like 3 to 4 times, and make sure the knots are like one above the other and not all over the place. So this is our knot. Once the zari is knotted, what we're going to do is form a loop, like just winding it around your index finger like this. So just wind it around. And this will go below the fabric. So what we are going to do is ideally pierce this needle from the top of the fabric, and we are going to pull this onto the fabric. So let's make our first chain. Pierce the needle. Make sure the you catch hold of the thread and pull the loop out. So once you pull this loop, decide the length of the chain like so. I'm going to do bigger chains so that it's more visible and clear for you guys. So this is our first chain. I hope you all can see that. So once we have this chain, in the bottom what you're going to do is you're just going to wind the thread around the needle and pull it on the top again. So here comes our second chain, and you will have to continue this process. So you'll have to keep winding with your left hand underneath the fabric. When you're working these chains, you will have to keep in mind the direction in which your needle is, the direction in which you're using the needle. So what I generally do is, now if this is the chain, the hook is facing the outside, which is like it's facing opposite to me. After I wind, I'm going to face the hook towards me and pull. So this becomes easy for the loop to come out. So the hook is facing outside, I'm going in, winding the thread, facing the hook towards me and pulling it out. So this is the simple technique of making chain stitches in Ari work. The chains that I am showing you guys is a little bigger, but ideally the chain length is very small in Ari work. So this is how it continues. This is how you will have to feed the thread. So I have just pierced the needle and it is facing the opposite side. So I'm going to wind the thread around the needle, face the hook towards me and pull the loop. Pierce, wind, face the hook towards me and pull. And if you are a learner or a beginner, make sure you use a thick cotton cloth to practice. That makes it easy. So this is how a chain stitch is done. So once we reach the end, we will have to knot it. So now we are going to learn how to finish the chain stitch by knotting it. So once you've done your final chain, make sure you pull this loop out. Make a linear loop and get your needle out. So you're going to insert the needle from the opposite side and hold this chain like this. Then move the loop onto the opposite side and push the needle. So once you're done with this, pull the thread from the bottom and make sure while you're doing this, your needle is resting on the fabric and make sure it's not in the air. So this is how we knot the chain stitch. So once you're done with knotting, you're just going to chop the thread and make sure you're not cutting it really close. So let's see how it works underneath the fabric here. I have just made a loop after knotting the zari and I'm going to insert the needle and I'm going to hold this thread in the hook and pull it. So once I pull this, I have the loop on the needle and I'm going to pull this extra, the longer thread so that the knot is here. So once this is done, we will start working our chains. For that, I will pierce the needle again, wrap the thread around the needle and pull it. Pierce again, wrap and pull the loop. So continue the same process to make the desired number of chains. Okay, so let's see how to knot this once again. So this is going to be my last chain. I'm going to pull this loop, remove the needle and insert the needle from the opposite side like this, and hold this chain to the hook. Once you do this, you're going to move this loop to this side and move the needle forward. Now while you're doing this, make sure your needle is resting on the fabric, and then you're going to pull the thread from the back side and carefully remove the needle. So this is how you knot it. So now we are going to learn how to do the same stitch using silk thread. For this we will need 2 strands. So I am just going to take this length, cut it here and knot the edges. Make sure the knot is big enough. So the same way, make a loop and this hand goes underneath the fabric. From the top, I'm going to pull out the loop like this and start working the chains. I am making bigger chains so that it is visible for you guys. So it's the same method that is used. The only difference is zari, we generally use only 1 strand as it is a little stronger when compared to the silk thread, and silk thread is always used in 2 strands. So I'll also show you the knotting once again. So if this is my last chain, pull a longer loop, get the needle out, insert the needle from the opposite direction and split and hold this chain. Once you hold this, move the loop to the opposite direction and move the needle forward. Place the needle on the fabric and pull the thread from underneath. And that's done. So using the simple chain stitch, I have done this geometrical figure here. So it's nothing but those small tiny chain stitches. You can use the simple pattern in your kurtis or any simple dress. So using the simple stitch, you can create such lovely motifs, lovely designs. So that's all about the basic chain stitch, and very soon we will be back with much more videos related to Maggam work. If you feel the video was helpful, do give us a thumbs up and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.